Welcome to CyberCEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. CyberCEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. All right, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of CyberCEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show right now. Phyllis, how are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely sensational today. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking. And of course, for giving us your time. I know you're very, very busy. Now, to kick things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are also business owners just like you. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe starting off with, what is your role in the business, Phyllis?
I am a broker associate. I am I lead a team called the Phyllis Taylor Elite Real Estate Team. I'm also director of productivity, where I lead a productivity coaching group. I'm just extremely busy between those three tasks, between selling real estate, the school, the Academy of Real Estate Excellence, as well as running the productivity coaching program. My hands are very full.
Gosh, I can only imagine how busy you are every day. A lot of hats for you to wear, right?
Absolutely.
Now, I'm also curious, how long have you been in the real estate business?
Going on 21 years.
Gosh, 21 years. A lot of experience right there. Now, I'm also curious to know, how did you learn about Cyberbacker? Did you see us on social media or did someone tell you about us?
Actually, I am a mastery client with MAPS. And I believe Rich Rector is one of the MAPS recruiters as well as a MAPS coach. And I would always see some of the top productivity coaches always referencing Cyberbacker. Oh, that's my Cyberbacker. Oh, this is my Cyberbacker, and we didn't know what this was. And this is going back maybe like a year or so. And I was moving in the slow lane. I had another virtual assistant company that I was working with, but it wasn't at the level of what Cyberbacker has done for my businesses. So that's how I heard about it.
Okay, so you heard about it from a lot of ways then. So first Rich Rector and then here and there from other people, is that right?
From other mastery coaches that were utilizing Cyberbackers. And I would just look at the efficiency of their presentations, because we were all on Zoom, but I would look at the efficiency and I would look at how stellar things were presented and everything was just so seamless. They weren't fumbling around trying to get, grab things. It was just very organized. And she, one of the ladies, Michelle, actually pointed out that the Cyberbacker, she just kept driving it, like just how her life had changed.
So how about you? You have two Cyberbackers right now on board with your businesses. So how has the Cyberbackers changed your life?
It has allowed me to leverage my business. It has allowed me to scale many of the things that I do, and I'm able to duplicate things without me necessarily being present. My Cyberbacker number one, Jason, is absolutely outstanding. He thinks he is a mini Phyllis Taylor sometimes, and I do appreciate that on a lot of levels because he just has it covered for me, and we're actually growing at such a rate. He came in, he pretty much just took over a lot of the mundane things I was doing and a lot of the high level things that I was doing. He just came forward and just handled those things. But I saw where he was being overworked and I said, I'm going to have to get you some help. He was doing for everything from admin to tracking to recognition to social media. I mean, just everything, to support me, following up calls, just everything, right? I just saw that we needed more help. We're in the process of setting up his workflow. That's 𝗏𝗏. He likes to, whatever that thing is, where's that thing that you fly on that? It's a thing that he does, but I absolutely love it. That's just how I think about him in terms of flying on one of those cords. That's the picture we used to introduce him to the team. A picture of him flying on a cord.
Wow. So how long have you been working with your second Cyberbacker, by the way?
Just started 2 days ago.
2 days ago. How about for Jason?
Since November.
Okay. So both are fairly new then to you, not over a year yet. But I'd like to know, can you tell me something about, let's say Jason first, because you've been with him longer. So let's say personality-wise, what else can you tell me about him?
Very driven, very, very driven. He's a get-it-done individual. He wants to be utilize. He does not like being idle. If there's something that I'm looking for, many times he has already done it. He has a workflow that he works with when we're talking, because I'm all over the place. And they said that when you know who you are, you leverage the correct people around you, right? So I can throw out ideas. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and writing down things that I need to take care of, just put it on a little notepad by my bed so that I can text it to Jason so that we can like bring it from visionary reality to physical reality. And it works for me. It just works for me. It's amazing.
Gosh, I can already feel the partnership that you have with Jason. It's also built up somewhat of like a friendship too. Is that right?
Oh, very much so. He is actually going to, I think, go see his sister in Modesto, California sometime in the future.
Wow.
And I was saying, well, once you touch soil here in the U.S., I'm hoping that we'll be able to get to meet each other in person. I'm looking very forward to that.
Gosh, that's going to be exciting for meeting your cyberbacker in person, like right in front of you, right?
Yes, it's going to be extremely exciting. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd like to know more about Jason, specifically with the tasks. What are the things that he does for you in the business that really help you save time?
Oh my goodness. Well, I have I actually have 3 databases, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with Command. 𝗙𝗃𝗪 spent about $4 billion building this phenomenal CRM for us, and he actually manages 2 of my Command platforms, in terms of really putting data in from when I have one-on-ones with my clients. He makes sure he fills that data. He attends all of my team meetings. He does that. He records that. Anything that we do, even when I meet with my coach, I bring him into the meeting so that he can record everything. So he's on page with me. And the other thing that I love about it, he's excited about it. I just enrolled him in the perfect real estate assistant, because my bigger goal with him and his personality, I realize that he loves education, is to get him in a position as the head cyberbacker, as we have a team of cyberbackers under him. So I try to show him every aspect of what it is that I'm doing. Because if I can duplicate who he is, the world is ours.
Yes, it's going to be more time
Amazing.
for you.
I can't even think of all the different tasks. I didn't, that wasn't one of the questions, questions that was on the sheet, but I definitely, he does absolutely so much, including looking at some of the posts and recapping it. We have a platform called the Phyllis Taylor Arena. It's a web portal, and he actually manages that, and he actually puts information in that as we do different webinars and seminars, and it's a place where agents can go and spar and become successful. So he's doing a lot.
Gosh, he's almost everywhere in the business then. Almost everywhere.
He is everywhere in the business for now. And that was the reason for the second cyberbacker, at least to calm that down and keep him strictly administrative and putting him in a directive operations role further down the road. That's my bigger goal for him.
Gosh. That's going to be exciting for him. More responsibilities, more opportunities to grow for him, of course.
Way more opportunities, yes.
Now, I'm also excited to know, did you ever believe in something like this? Before you got partnered with Cyberbacker, did you ever believe in virtual leverage?
Oh, yes. I've had virtual leverage before. I've used 2 other companies. It is nowhere near at the level of what I've experienced with Cyberbacker. When I talk about Cyberbackers, people think I'm creating a commercial, but I'm keeping it very real. And I won't mention the other 2 companies, but it was like an ant versus a hyena, in terms of running or how fast, things just take place. But the first virtual assistant, I had to spend about 2 or 3 months just training them on my own. There was no training provided for them before they onboarded with me, as opposed to Cyberbacker. There's that 10-day window of them training specific to my needs and wants. I just kept seeing this Cyberbacker coming up with, when we have our mastery coaching sessions, and they would talk about it, and I said, oh, okay. And then I switched coaches, and I talked to my coach about it, and I had been with one coach for about 2.5 years, who was a mastery coach, but I felt as though I was not, where I needed to be. I just knew that I could be doing more, and I wanted to go with another coach that had just been promoted to being a mastery coach that was in the fast lane, who had also been my friend all along, really supporting me with a lot of things. And I said, I'm thinking about bringing on a cyberbacker, and he just said, do it. And then he explained why it would just be so perfect for who I am. And I did it, and I have not looked back, and I'm looking to see how I can leverage 3 or 4 more.
Gosh, that's gonna be exciting.
cyberbackers throughout my entire business.
That's gonna be exciting. Having your own Cyberbacker team with Jason leading them, of course, is what you mentioned
Absolutely,
earlier.
that's the goal.
Yes. Now, how did your Cyberbacker, specifically Jason, change your daily routine, Phyllis?
Oh wow. Okay, so he starts out early in the morning. He attends pivot shift, so he recaps that. That was something that I had to sit in on, but now Jason sits in on that and recaps it, and he recaps it and brings it back to the arena. The way he changed my daily routines, he gave me my life back. Had some little minor health issues that I really needed to attend to coming out of COVID, in terms of, just being sedentary and sitting. So I really needed to really focus on my health at the beginning of my day. So having him, he actually covers the early part of my morning where I am not stressed and need to be physically present there. That was one of the greatest ways, just me being able to get my health back. And then just throughout the day, he makes sure that I'm prepared for the next day. He gives me a list of what I'm doing the next day. And our next big project is we're going to be looking at all my calendars and really creating, I'm going to give him access to my calendars. I had waited because I wanted to spend some time. So now it's time because I got several different calendars and we need to sync those calendars so that he understands all the things that I do.
Yes, that's gonna be exciting. Again, very, very excited for Jason because, of course, you've only been with him since November. Imagine what
November.
you've been doing, what you can do for the next few more months, the next year, right?
Well, I know that I'm going to break some serious ceilings in terms of the goals that we have, in terms of the financial goals, in terms of leveraging more people on the team, in terms of scaling what it is that we do and duplicating, my systems and my processes and my unique swag. We are working on, duplicating that.
Gosh.
So it's a lot, and he helps me to do that.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, I could already feel that there's that friendship between you and Jason. I'm curious to know, how did it get there? How did it become a successful partnership, Phyllis?
We communicate a lot. We communicate daily. We have access to each other. He has a phone line where we're able to talk at any time. He can text me. I can text him. We're also on WhatsApp. We also hop on a Zoom whenever we need to understand something. I exchange recordings with him if there's something that he needs to know or something we're talking about or I'm teaching him something. We record it so he actually can go back and look at it and it's done specific to my specifications. So it's and he listens, he listens. Very
This,
few mistakes, very few mistakes he has made. And one of the other things is that
Mhm.
when a mistake is made, I don't hold a grudge. It's like, okay, it's a learning process, it's growth, but we won't do that again. So it's been great. It's been great.
I agree with you there. There would be those very small growing pains at times, especially in any partnership, right? In any
In
partnership,
anyone, yes.
you have to go through them. Now, one last question for you, Phyllis. As I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of listeners who are also business owners just like you. So, what makes a cyberbacker an investment in an asset rather than being an expense or a liability?
Well, first off, it's a great tax deduction. That's one. But it gives one the time back, to spend where you need to point your life. It just gives you your time back. It organizes your business. It takes all of that mundane, itinerary
Yes.
off of your plate. And it is taken care of and it is done and completed and served to you on a platter. It also allows me to focus on my health, gives me an opportunity to travel more. And I also can get out in front and do my seminars and my webinars and my coaching and work on my real estate school, developing my school so we can open more schools. So it's been a pretty phenomenal experience and I'm looking to grow it to no end. I really
Yes.
am.
Again, we are here as your growth partners, not just your cyberbacker, but cyberbacker as a whole, of course. Now, I forgot to tell you that Jason, your cyberbacker, is listening. Would you want to give him a quick shout out or any message you'd like to give out to him on the show?
Well, yes, I'd like to say, Jason, I really appreciate, your heart, your passion, your desire to learn and be educated, and the support that you bring to our team, the genuine love that you have, and just your stand-up personality to support me like I could have never ever imagined in my business life. And I also want to say, hello, Ruds. We're looking to get you in the same place. We're on
Yes.
you, my man, and welcome. I want to say welcome to him as well. And again, thank you to both of them.
Now, we are very, very excited to see where this partnership between you and your cyberbackers would be in the next few months and, of course, the years to come. Phyllis, thank you very much for being on the show today. Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.